Yes, yes, yes. It's the Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. Okay, so let's get into it without any form of delay. How do you get up for a Joyce fight? He's talking about his son Tyson Fury. Okay, so John Fury says the fight between Tyson Fury and Joyce is meaningless compared to fighting for undisputed, with the WBC heavyweight champion not thinking about boxing. A lot of talk about, well, he's going to fight Joyce, so don't worry about it. But John Fury's position is, how do you get yourself up for that? Joyce doesn't have any belts. He's an interim champion, and of course, he deserves his title shot. He wanted to be undisputed, and now that's not happening. I think his head is all over the place with boxing in general. It's only my opinion, but to fight Joyce at this stage of the game is meaningless. OMG. Okay, so Joyce responded in a video that I've seen saying, well, what was on the line when he fought Chisora? What was on the line when he fought Schwartz? What was on the line when he fought Wallin? What's all that about? He's going to fight them guys, or he doesn't want to fight me. What's my response to that? Well, my response is this some kind of setup for Fury not fighting Joyce? Is this prepping for a Tyson Fury versus Andy Ruiz? Because that's been rumored. It's been rumored that that will be the next fight for Fury. Well, what's on the line then? What's on the line if he fights Andy Ruiz? So, if Tyson Fury doesn't fight Joyce next, who the hell is he fighting? Is it going to be Andy Ruiz? And if he doesn't fight Joyce, then what's on the line? Because there's nothing on the line. And what's on the line against Andy Ruiz? Talking about Andy Ruiz, he's been in the press himself recently. Some time ago, you may recall, loyal listeners may recall that I said that I just popped on Instagram randomly and I saw Andreas the Punch Ruiz in a passionate embrace. He was kissing another woman. I was kind of stunned. So I thought about it for a while, went back to the live, and it was immediately taken down. So that was Andreas the Punch. I saw Andreas the Punch, what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago, kissing another lady. And it was quite shocking to me because I was aware that he was married. I was aware that he had a bunch of kids with his wife, so this was quite shocking that he would have gone public like this. Well, now, Andreas Ponce Ruiz, apparently his wife has kicked him out of the house. The boxer apparently confirmed his romance with a lady by the name of Mayeli Alonso. Julie Garcia recorded the moment she threw out Andy Ruiz's belongings. Andy Ruiz apparently confirmed his relationship with Mayela Alonso. Okay, so you can read through that at your leisure. Apparently, that's why I was talking about don't come back to the house. Don't come back to the house. Apparently, that's the house. That's Nick Faldo, the golfer. And apparently, over here, this is the new lady, which, to be honest, looks very similar to the old lady. So that's kind of odd. Okay, so that's the backdrop of goings on with Andy Ruiz right now. And of course, Andy Ruiz, was he not scheduled to fight Deontay Wilder? What happened to that fight? Has he been called off? Deontay Wilder's not talking about that fight, and Andreas the Punch Ruiz is not talking about that fight. So what the hell's going on there? Does Joyce not deserve the Tyson Fury fight? If you beat Zhilei Zhang this Saturday, is Andreas the Punch Ruiz more deserving? If you're the champion, do you only fight guys who you feel are deserving, whether at the top of the division or not? Do you drop down? Do you bypass a guy at the top of the division? Or do you drop down and fight a lesser ranked guy? Is the lesser ranked Andreas the Punch Ruiz more deserving than the higher ranked Joyce? And if he declines Joyce and takes a lesser ranked Andreas the Punch Ruiz, would the boxing public view that favorably? Because right about now it looks like there could be some kind of setup to sidestep the juggernaut in favor of a lesser fighter. John Fury appears to have set the table for this switcheroo. My question is, will the boxing public find that acceptable? Those are my thoughts and observations. Have your say. It's Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. Like, subscribe, comment, and share.